Yeah, that's why he
He's
doesn't have
just
any
wasted.
e-tips. Like he doesn't claim, like when you log in, it says, hey, you have a daily login core you can claim.
Uh-huh.
He just says no, ignore and goes about his day.
He's leaving Phoenix slots on red. What a guy. Drop timings for the week. This week is once again a week where he is rotating around the arena. Fortunately though, I don't think that matters too much. You generally just kind of want to land and then run away from him as soon as possible to bait that first boop.
So you have to kind of like get in there a little quicker after the patch because he's closer now.
Right, exactly. Builds for the week. The build I was using was 6 Catalyst, 6 Overpower, 6 Predator, 6 Rage, 6 Rage Hunter, 3 Berserker, and 3 Discipline. This build I think is pretty flexible, honestly. So some of the things that you could change around is that 3 Berserker, you can change it to 3 Wild Frenzy. The other thing you can do is one of the Catalyst cells is in the legendary prismatic slot. You can actually turn that into another Berserker or Wild Frenzy. I personally ended up liking the 6 Catalyst. It prevented me from having to repot midway through the fight. It made my tonics even more effective. Really actually ended up liking this cell a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, it's super useful. Like I said, it's really flexible because you have the prismatic slots, and that's like where one of the catalysts goes for me. Because of the patch and stuff, there's still more playing around people can do to see what is working best now, but I think that's probably the best setup right there.
Prismatic slots really allow you so much flexibility.
Yeah, so much freedom.
Lanterns for the week. I went with Emmermain. On behemoths that kind of like sit down on the ground the entire time and you're really focused on getting breaks, Emmermain is just so good at helping you get those breaks. I think even though the Frost Behemoth, I think Pinger Lantern is just fine just because of how strong it is and how strong Catalyst plus Aether Drive plus Pinger Lantern is going to be. It might actually just be insane.
Yeah, how much damage you can still get, because it being Frost, cause like that one like affects its damage, so you can still get really good damage out of it with the Catalyst spam.
Yeah, the fact that he's a Frost Behemoth and Pinger Lantern's Frost damage won't affect how much damage it's doing. It just will prevent him from getting the Frost proc.
Yeah, you want to get chilled, that's it.
Potions for the week. I use the 3 classics, Aether Drive, Frenzy, Blitz, just because once again the Catalyst buffing all 3 of those is very, very nice. But I think Catalyst is the least effective with Aether Drive, so Pylon is probably a better choice.
Yeah, I still haven't tried with an Aether Drive, but I mean Pylon's pretty good against him. It's just really strong. If you can stagger lock him well, probably keeping Pylon's probably your best option, I would think.
Yeah, I definitely think Pylon is the correct thing to bring for like top times. I think for sub 3s, I think the drive is the clear choice, or even Stagger Tonic, honestly.
Yeah, cause he has a super low stagger threshold, so you can definitely, like, if he's going for sub 3, you can definitely work in a few staggers.
Viable weapons for the week. It's gonna be a very interesting topic from now on. There has been a meta change, and so finally Aether Strikers may not be viable. This week is not it. This week Aether Strike's definitely viable. Hammer, definitely viable. Probably the top dog for right now. It's probably going to be viable every single week from now on. Sword, definitely viable. Chainblade, definitely viable. Pike is definitely viable. Tough Hide makes Pike so good. Axe can definitely do sub 3 pretty solidly. And then repeaters I think is definitely viable. Again, you have to bring boop grenades, so that definitely sucks, but I think you can easily kill Skraev in 3 boops. So I think all weapons are viable, even with the meta change.
Yeah, for sure.
Mistakes in your run or improvements you're looking to make. One of the things I didn't like about my run is where I ended up booping him. So last rotation, I booped him like right up against the waterfall. I think that's a better place to boop him. The reason I didn't boop him against the waterfall this time, like I did last time, is just where he spawns in the arena. So I just chose by the corner, kind of where Hammer usually does it. The other thing, of course, is part focus. I only got 1 part break.
I mean, like everything you covered is pretty important stuff. Like I'd say that probably covers like the general like things that people would want to improve in their runs.
Strategy inside the arena. So the strategy this week, it's very pre-planned, but then you have times of brawly combat. At the start of the fight, run into a corner, bait his boop. Many ways to actually get use out of the ice that he throws out. On strikers, you can get a mantra. On hammer, you can use it to get aether ammo and get the boop. So do that, get the boop, and then just go through your combo rotations. You should try not to stagger him before he's enraged, but directly after he's enraged. So he's in, once he gets up from that stagger, at that point it's dodge all of his attacks, trying to keep up your damage right around like 50 seconds. If he ever does a move to like create distance with you, I always just run in the opposite direction. His boop should be off cooldown, and so as long as you're far enough away, you should go straight into another boop. It's the same thing with this boop. Go through your combo rotations, get as much damage as possible, look for a part break, look for another stagger, whatever you need to do. He should hopefully die at the end of this one or soon after.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as like parts to focus, you really want to focus his head. For whatever reason, his head counts as a horn, and horns do not get tough hide. So his head takes more damage than his other parts unless they're wounded. So unless you're playing pike or groups with a pike, you should be focusing the head as much as possible for those staggers, for the easy part breaks. Top times. So top time for solos right now is Derp with 44 seconds on hammer. That seems like a really, really good time.
Yeah, I might say. Depends. I think it could. Because of the changes and people doing escalation, it's still hard to tell with all times, like groups and solos, like top 100, top 5, all that are going to end up sitting at. But yeah, it's a really good time.
I think this time's going to stick. Top 5 for solos is 105 right now. I think that's definitely going to get pushed to sub 1.
I want to say it'll hit like sub 56. It's kind of what I want to say. I wanted to say 55, but I don't know. But I'll say like 56, like 56-ish.
Okay.
Would be 5th.
I could believe it. I could definitely believe it. Top 100 right now for solos is 226.
Like 130.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 130, maybe 135.
Yeah, somewhere around there probably.
Groups top time right now is 23 seconds.
I think I can get pushed a lot, honestly.
I think sub 20. I wouldn't say 15 seconds for top time.
What's possible? I think possible, like round 14 again. It's doable.
I think that's an aggressive prediction. I like it, man.
Top 5 is 46.
46 is going to be nowhere close to top 5. I wouldn't say top 5 is sub 20. Top 100 is 210 right now for groups. Dude, I almost want to say this top 3 time is going to get pushed off the forwards. I almost want to say it. I almost want to be like, you guys aren't safe at 42 seconds.
I mean, go for it. You're right anyways. You might as well.
Top 100 is definitely going to be sub 1. I think it's even going to be easily sub 50. I think it may reach sub 40.
I mean, I'm deferring to your better judgment. The people in third are getting knocked off.
We got 2 top 100 times so far. Everybody else get the f out.
Well, I can't believe you telling me that these guys in third are getting off the board, though. Now that I look at this, I can't believe you're telling me there are 98 people, 98 groups that I'm looking at right now that are gonna get bumped off.
About to get snapped, dude. Hey guys, don't forget to leave a comment below if we missed anything. And if you like the content, think about subscribing. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it, you guys, if you do. Also, since we reached Dauntless Partner, I started giving away free Hunt Pass codes on my Twitter. So if you guys would like a chance to win that, there's a link in the description.
So you would hear it and find him.